Howdy folks, welcome back to SnowRunner. We are on the Amur region, Phase 4 PTS, pretty much picking up where we left off. Um, I did make some changes to the vehicles, the setups, on the other vehicles. I'll explain that as we go. It's 4:30 in the morning. I slept for 4 hours or so. So we'll get going on this. I'll explain the rest of it as I go along. Basically, I looked ahead on the Cosmodrome and the uh, Chernokamensk maps. And on Chernok, there's no small pipe on Cosmodrome. There might be the facilities to build it, but they're non-existent at this point. I looked through every fucking job and there's no access to location. There is two access to location. The garage one that we're doing, and then another one that involves building the rocket. There's a crafting place on it's probably good a place as any to show you the other vehicles. I decided that this type of trailer doesn't need a truck with a fifth wheel. All it needs is a tug. So I brought down this Maz 538 and attached it. I have mixed feelings about this truck. I was just trying to tweak it a little before I started to record, and the customization options in the garage have nothing to do with what the XML file says it should be doing. XML file says this, this, and that. What you see in the garage is different. Winch, gearbox, both different. Engine is different. So I don't know. I'm doing what I can as far as gearbox. All that's available to me is what they call a special. In the XML file, there's a balanced, or there's a couple in between, and then there's the off-road. Well, I tuned up the balanced, and then when you come back to the game, there ain't a balanced box in here. There's a fine tune, which does nothing. It never leaves first gear. I don't know. The fine tune box is not in the XML file. You'd notice it because it would have an extra attribute for that slider. But anyways, this thing does have a saddle, so I put a 6-spot camo enclosed off-road trailer on it. When we bring these up, I don't know if I need all this. Maybe I'll leave this slug here. Unless I need it. It does have a good high range. The special box is only a 4-speed, and it never gets out of 3rd. 4th must be too high for it to make the jump. But it does have $1,200 fuel, and I believe repair matches at $1,500. So it's worth bringing along for the fuel and repair points. But the way the towing system works now, I'd have to put this trailer behind one of the other trailers, maybe the 6-spot camo. And I'd have to have this in front of the Kraz Chabors in order to be able to turn the engine on. If I tow it behind a trailer, I can't run the motor, the engine. It'd be dead stick. So it's just dead weight. So towing one vehicle with the other doesn't work the way it used to in this new PTS. And I think that sucks. A truck can tow a truck. That's it. You put a trailer in the mix, you can't start the engine. When I was in the when I was in the Apache scouting this, I went around rock slide by just skirting it on the ice. This is getting stuck. So maybe I'll go over the big rock. It's got a fairly sloped entry. And a fairly sloped exit. I'm apparently getting stuck on the pole, or maybe this huge rock in front of me. Or a combination of the both. It's the pole. I'll pull it past. See, none of this has been fixed. I think it's premature to try and do this job. Oh, by the way, I found a little bit of information. It was actually a mod, but the guy in the description tells you how you can just modify the file yourself instead of doing the mod. So I added his little modification to my trees modification. What it does is makes it so all these rocks laying all over do not have any collision with your tires or vehicle. If I'm gonna keep going like this, I gotta do something different so I'm not driving 3 different trucks. It's gonna hit the pole. Oh, it rocked and started to go around. This is an 8-spotter, I do believe. Because I don't have to keep going back and forth from one truck to the other. I can just see how it's not taking any, it doesn't have any collision with those rocks. I can just leave one of these here, like this one for example. that's dying out on the hill. It doesn't even have a load in it. Something happened to that it's not working. It's not using the XML file that it should. It's using some update or something. It's using something specific to the save game instead of using what's in the XML file. When that truck was produced, a fine-tuned transmission didn't exist. Only takes one piece of metal to fix that. Everything else went over. I lost what I was talking about. Oh, Christ. Oh, it's not in two-wheel drive. It's not in diff lock. Or it's not in all-wheel drive. There we go. Come on, I'm turning away from the fucking thing. And it catches it in exactly the same spot. Down here it's clearing by 2 feet. Up there it hits. This is a 6 spot. Maybe I should have grabbed the quad axle 6 spot. Well, I think I'll leave the I think I'll just jump in the Krasjabors and make the trip. You gotta come down here, but there's nowhere to cross. So you gotta come up here. Come down the hill, go across the ice. And then you run into shore collapse, so you can't go that way. So you gotta keep coming around like this. Where am I going? This is supposed to be to the next map. It's not showing me how to, oh, there it is. By tree blockade. That's why I didn't see it right away. You can make your way past tree blockade and get down there. I might have to come back and tow the other trucks down there. Or once I get the garage open, then I'll just create whatever vehicles I need and leave that shit sitting there. I could only find 3 pieces of small pipe between 3 maps, and it's all on Chernokamensk in 2 different locations on opposite sides of the map. I think I need 4 pieces. So, let me make sure. What job am I even doing? Back in action. I need 4 small pipe. There's 3 in one location and there's 1 in the other. Really, I shouldn't be using them for this because the only way to make metal on that map is with small pipe and metal rolls. And there's metal rolls on that map, but there's only 4 small pipe. If I use them for this, I can't use them for making anything else. I can't use them for making metal beams. or medium pipe. You can't make medium pipe without small pipe. And then you can't make metal beams without medium pipe. I think I got it. There's only 2 jobs on this map that I have not picked up. I looked through the list, the task giver. There were only 2 grayed out jobs. So admittedly, I have no idea what those 2 jobs call for or what they accomplish. And I have not looked at Northern Aegis installation, if there might be a way to get small pipe off of that map. But again, none of the installations have been opened up. None of the factories are functional. There's 2 big factories on Urska River that do nothing, but I don't see any access to location jobs that would enable them to do anything. So it's kind of baffling. You need small pipe, but they don't give you a source for it. This thing's moving slow. It's heavy as fuck. Whoa! Must have caught a rock. But hey, the shit stayed on. But I could put it in hide now that it got to 3rd. Nope. Just hit a big puddle. These maps are a real bitch. Sliding along the pole. It's one thing about these wide trailers is they have a smooth and fairly wide side to them. Got it in high. If I can just keep traveling. Although, where's my waypoints? What happened? Am I taking the wrong route? Yes. This takes me straight up to shore collapse. I'm not going to be able to get through there. Oh, son of a bitch. You see what I mean about the side? Come on, just, yeah, there you go. Bounce off of it and keep going. Trailer started to go over something it didn't like. I'll get it. I got this to pull into. Of course, I got a power pole behind me. There's always a power pole in just the wrong place. Almost got the front end to come around. If I could get it to climb that rock. If I could get it to come around. This was fucking working until the trailer jumped sideways. When it was going straight back, it was working. And then it bounced around sideways and put me in this bad position. No, don't do that. I need automatic so I can have reverse. Use the truck to keep the trailer from falling over. Okay. We're hooked up and pointed the right direction. And we didn't lose anything. Once I offload this shit, I can go get the yeah, this puts me back on the right route. Well, right route I say, but basically it's the only route available to me without clearing the obstructions. So I don't like to try and do jobs on a map before I before I repair the infrastructure. I must have been thinking when I saw Chernokamensk that it was just the next map. I guess I forgot that the next map is Cosmodrome. Chernokamensk is the map after that. So look how quickly we got down here. Following the marked route. Oh, fuck. It slid off into a big mud hole. Even though I was trying to keep it up on the bridge, at least it backed off, backed out of it. Bridge is all broken up. I don't know if I even need to be going down here. No, I need to go that way. Where it opens up to my right. That's where I need to go. Look at this shit. What is this shit that it stops the grass? I'm trying to grab some traction over here. Some rock or some firmer ground. You know what? Fuck this getting dark shit. Without shoreline collapse, I could just take the road right there. Not be slogging through this bullshit. I think when I was clearing this map, I think I was using the Western Star, but regardless of that, I think when I was clearing this map, I went down the east side of the map, those roads over there, and then came across the bottom and came up to the gateway. I want to go this way a little bit. So when I grab that next pole, it doesn't drag me straight into this pole. Because it would do that. It would create a problem. Could I grab that pole down there? Or is that just some garbage? Well, it's holding whatever it is. I'm gonna have to grab the next pole. Well, after I try and back off of this one. I can very slowly move on my own, but if anything gets in my way, I have such little traction that any little obstacle will stop the truck. I can see the road, what we would come in on if we didn't have to go around that obstruction. Look at the boulders sucking into the truck. I think I'll stop there and change direction. While I could still get past this pole in front of me, including its guy wire. Or I guess that's supposed to be a power line that is just laying on the ground. Here we go. There's automatic and we're picking up speed. But we're not in where the gate is. This is just a warehouse. gotta get another 90 meters down the road. The symbol on the map made it look like we were there. But then I looked at, well, I saw what we're pulling up to. Oh, fuck. Come on. Now this is the road you would use if you didn't have to bypass the obstruction. Some of it's paved, some of it's deep mud. I don't know. I see. You gotta go up around the corner and then down. We aren't nearly as far along as I thought. We'll probably just get to Chernokamensk in this episode. And since this is the second episode, what I should do from here is go do a couple village and then come back to this. Get back up here, you pig. Still got the fallen tree obstruction. We're finally getting closer. Oh, for fuck's sake. What the other side? No, big rock. Well, maybe you drive over the big rock. Well, that just immediately broke off. There's one of those springy trees underneath me. If I take you around front, you can see it. See it sticking out here? And sticking out under my wheels here? It's lifting me off the ground. Well, that's the end of this episode. Well, that's all she wrote until I reload all this bullshit and see if maybe I can climb over the rock instead of go through the trees. But everything's pointed the wrong direction now, and everything's on the ground. And I'm tired of fucking with it. I'm at an hour. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.